So boom, you get to LA. Now what happened? Once you get there, you don't have a plan.
So I had like $22,000 saved.
That's some good money.
Yeah, it was okay. And I got an apartment at 1010 Wilshire. You know that building?
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed there for a year, and I ran out of money.
Yeah, that's going because that's a expensive building.
Yeah. So I mean, I always thought like I was gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? Like I just, even though I knew it wasn't a lot, but I just figured like, oh, it won't run out, but it did.
Took the leap of faith, took that risk.
Yeah. So then I was like, what do I do now? You know? So I moved to like Palm Desert. You know where that is?
Outskirts, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like Valley, right?
Yeah, like
Valley?
Palmdale, like somewhere over there. And I was like, oh, I can't live here.
Right.
This is like the middle of nowhere. Like pizza won't come deliver it.
Right.
It was like I thought there was ghosts in there. I moved into like it was a farm. And the lady just left me the keys to her farm, and I thought it was a good idea because I like horses and chickens.
Yeah, horses there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I brought my friend with me, thank God. I like he was an assistant to me at the time.
Okay.
I always had an assistant.
I'm about to say you always got an assistant with you. I don't know what this is. She always got an assistant around.
Because I can't be alone.
Oh, okay.
I need someone to boss around.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So, but no, also like security. Like I don't want to be alone in the desert.
Yeah.
So I stayed. We got there, and it was just not working for us because I'm from the city, and it was just like very like deserty, you know. So we left after 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I couldn't do it. Then So we actually I got casted to do a reality show in the building for E. They said you're a superstar. We're gonna put you in this reality show. We're gonna have a reality show for the people that live in this building because a lot of athletes lived in the building, a lot of different kinds of people. Mm-hmm. So they said, we're going to put you in this show and we're going to pay you $3,000 an episode. And I was like, bet. Like, I figured this show's going to take off and this is my thing. You know what I mean? So when I moved out of 1010, I didn't know anything. They said, we'll let you know. I kept calling and calling and calling, and I thought this was it. And they just were like, yo, we'll let you know if it gets picked up. I'm like, well, is it going to get picked up? Because I didn't know, I'm like, is it or is it not? Like, do I need to make a second plan or this is the plan? Like, I need to know. Like,
facts.
Because I was like, this has to be like from God. You know what I mean? Like, I'm meant to do this. So, and that was like the most interesting one on there. So I was like, oh, for sure they're going to pick it up. So then they called me like a year later after, I don't even know where I was at the time. So they were like, it didn't get picked up. A different show got picked up. But I moved in with this Playboy model who was on the show. This white girl.
Okay.
She was like,
of course she
Canada.
Was. Oh, okay.
And she was fucking crazy as shit. She was like fucking nuts. And it was all bad.
And white girls always crazy people.
Crazy as because my assistant who moved me in with her. Yeah. He was like putting my stuff away, and she had weed. And he smoked some of her weed.
Oh, he's stealing though.
No. I told him he could smoke it. I was going to replace it. So when she came, because she went out of town to meet some guy, and I told her, hey, he took some weed. I gave her $100. It was like $10 worth of weed that he took.
Right. You overcompensated.
Yeah. Just because I was like, I don't want any issues. And she's like, oh, you stole my weed. I'm like, no. I didn't steal your weed.
Kind of stole it.
It's weed. It's California. You can get more weed.
Okay.
It's not hard to get weed.
Yeah. Well, how she feel about it?
She was not happy. And she's like, you need to get the fuck out of here. I almost, it got really bad.
So she ain't trust you after you done stole from her?
Yeah, so then I didn't want to stay there anymore. Because I was like, I got to leave. So I went back to New York, and I was like, what am I going to do? I had my car in the shop, and I had like $1,000 to my name. Yeah. Tough. Yeah. And I was like, I'm just going to go back to LA. I'm going to get a hotel and I'll figure it out. Right. Because I didn't have a kid then. So, whatever.
So you went back to New York for how long?
So I went for like a week.
A week, yep.
And I came back. And so it was me and my dog. And then I got a job as an assistant for this rich white kid. His name was Rabbit. And he was a fucking alcoholic, crazy person from Hollywood.
Another crazy white man.
Another crazy white person.
Yeah.
So I was working for him. He put me in Echo Park in this warehouse with no air conditioner. No insulation, no air conditioning.
That's why you wanted the air in here, a little shot back memories, huh?
Yeah, it was really bad. So he put me in this room because I had nowhere to go. So I just was like, fuck it, give me the room.
Yeah.
He put me in this room, no insulation. Like, you know what insulation is?
Oh, yes, I do.
No insulation. Like, it was hot. It was in the summer. It was hot. It was like 110 degrees in there. We were dying. And I would just drive him to hotels every day to like go to the pool. Like, you know, how they have like rooftop pools.
Yeah.
And one day he was super high and drunk on like Coke or something. And he was saying there was no God. But I was super spiritual back then. And I was like, there is a God. And he's like, no, there isn't. There's no God. There's no God. So he took my dog. He grabbed my dog by the neck. And he said, if there's a God, I'm going to kill your dog. And let's see if your God is going to save him.
Right.
And I was like, what? I was like, no, please, no, don't do it. He said, say there's no God. I was like, just, like I was so like freaking out, you know? So he let go of my dog eventually.
Did you ever say there was no God?
No.
Okay, good.
He let go of the dog because I was like hysterical, you know, because I love my animals, you know?
For sure.
And I was like, I need to get out of here, you know? So I dropped him off wherever he asked me. Like I pretended like everything was all good. And then I just packed my and then I went to Malibu.
Shout out to Malibu.
Yeah. So I lived there's this restaurant on the Pacific Freeway, Pacific Coast Highway.
Yep.
Yeah. So there was a restaurant there, but in the back of the restaurant it was like a house.
Okay.
So my boy, like he was just like, come live with me. So I was like, okay. I mean, you know, like that's just how it goes.
Yeah, it's a grind.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went to live with him. It was a sick place. It was on the beach. It was nice as fuck. I was like, okay, it's lit, you know?
For sure.
But of course.
What was he? What was his background?
White.
Another white man. God damn.
Well, you know, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, of course, he tried to fuck me.
Got to try to do that now.
So
Well, come on now. Ain't no freeloading. I got to get something out the deal.
So when I said no, he said, okay, your dog can't stay here.
Sound fair to me.
I was like, well, then I can't stay here. Yeah. What am I going to do? Get rid of my dog? No.
Or you could,
or fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what I did after that. I somehow got an apartment. I met a guy off Tinder, stayed with him. That was in Orange County.
And
that was a
disaster.
Black.
Oh.
That was a fucking disaster. I don't even want to get into.
You met a black guy off Tinder? You know he tripping. What he doing on there?
So he was like a nerdy black dude.
A nerd. Oh, that's a different one.
Nerdy black dude.
That's different then. Okay.
Who worked for a studio. He was like making TV shows. He brought me to the studio. Everything seemed legit. Mm-hmm. But
let's get in that. We can't leave it. Come on, it's a good story. Sound like to me. Let's get to the dirty black on Tinder.
Okay. Yeah. So he said he had an extra bedroom. I told him my situation.
You gotta quit falling for the extra bedroom move. That come with
I have an extra bedroom. Nobody sleeps there. It's for you.
Okay.
Once we get there, he said my mom is in there. I said, what?
Oh, my Dukes is in there?
Yes. I said, what? He said, oh, you could just sleep next to me. I won't touch you.
Oh, so my Dukes in the back, so you can't have that. But hey, baby, I got a king size for us.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds about right.
So, and I had my dog with me.
And you done brought all your stuff. You figured
all my stuff. He said he was going to give me a job too as his assistant.
Ooh, he played it on
$700 a week. So at that time, that sounded good to me.
That's good money. Yes. $700 a week and a free room.
Yes. No, well, I was going to leave after the $700 a week, get at my own place.
Okay.
You know
what I mean? Stack it up.
Yeah.
He was smarter than you. He knew he was going to do that.
So he just, you know, obviously he was like touching me while I was sleeping, and I was just like, oh, this is disgusting. This is fucking nasty.
I try to laugh.
What? This is true. This happened. But then his brother came over and he was hot. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was trying to get with his brother. It was really bad.
You trying to get the brother?
I was trying to get the brother.
You got Bob Dukes in the back.
Yeah, the mom Dukes hated white people. So
of
she was from the South. Yeah. She hated me. She said, what the fuck are you doing in my house? Like, who is this white girl that you brought in here? I'm like, I'm not white. But she hated my guts. She's talking to me about the fucking water fountains that were segregated and all this shit. She was not feeling me.
They was segregated, so that's a little,
Listen, I'm not from America. I'm not born here. Like, leave me alone with this white, black fucking beef. I'm not.
She didn't know.
I'm from Israel.
She just saw the skin and put two and two together.
Do I even have white skin? Is
it
just black and white? There's Mexicans, there's Chinese. Like, there's other cultures here.
That's true. But everybody don't think that deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
especially old people.
Yeah. So she was not feeling me. She thought I was the devil. And maybe I was at that time. Yeah. So I stayed there for a little while. I was like calling.
How long was you there?
Too long.
Come on now. Give me a time frame.
Too long. Like 3 weeks.
That's a long time.
Too long.
In the bed with him?
No. I was sleeping on the couch.
So you left the bed?
Left the bed, tried to fuck the brother, sleeping on the couch. He
didn't want to get on the couch and get it on tight? The brother wasn't with that?
No. It was weird. I don't know what I was doing. I was doing too much.
So how was he? He like touching you, like trying to rub on the booty type? What was?
Nah, it was like too much.
Okay.
It was too much.
Come on, man.
But I didn't stay in the bed. I left.
Got up out of there.
And I was getting, at that point, we were already comfortable. I was already being myself.
Okay, now,
So I was being me.
The jig is up. Was you getting that 700 though?
No, he never gave me the job. He kept saying next week. So that's why.
The next week move?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. He was going nuts. He was going nuts.
I found the situation where a girl from New York was looking for a roommate and she needed the apartment already together by the time she got here. So her dad sent me $4,000 to put a down payment on an apartment, and I had my $1,000, whatever. So I put my money, her money. I got us a place, and and then she came from New York, and I thought this was it. I furnished it and everything. You know, I got that furniture that you pay from Snap, whatever. Like I didn't have any money.
Oh, so it'd be like weekly pay come out?
Yeah, some like that. And then so she comes, and I'm thinking, okay, she has a job. I'm gonna pay.
What is she again? A brace?
She's Italian.
Okay, especially white a little bit.
Yeah, white. Okay. So then I just noticed she's just sleeping a lot. I'm like, did you say you got some kind of job? How we, like she wasn't going to work. So I was like concerned. You know what I mean? Like, how are we paying this rent? So she's like, this job just disappeared. She's like, I don't know. I was like, okay, well, we're going to have to pimp you out or something.
We got to do something. That got to be up for sale or something.
What the You crazy?
At least jacking off for the money. We need some money.
I tried that, but then we got into a fight over Terrell Owens. It's such a random.
Shout out to T.O. T.O. out here now.
He is?
Yeah,
oh my God. I have the weirdest story with him too. Yeah, I feel bad what I do.
Yeah, he a hunter. He be out here with regular pedestrians too.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of girls interact with that.
I want to tell the story.
We got to get the T.O. story. We ain't trying to roast him, but.
So she met him on Tinder.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. He out here. I heard these stories about him.
So she met him on Tinder, and somehow I met him. I don't know how. I might have met him somewhere.
You met him too. Okay.
And then, me and him started hanging out, and then she got mad. So then we started fighting in the apartment over it.
So y'all fought over Terrell Owens?
Yeah.
Who won the fight?
Me, of course.
She beat your ass?
No, okay. No.
Shout out to T.O. got these fighting over the dog. Yeah, T.O.
I had a Mastiff. I had my dog. You know
so
what I mean?
On your side. You put the damn
dog
on her?
Dogs.
God damn. You put the hounds on her?
Yeah, it was crazy.
T.O. in the building. Called the drama in the crib.
Yeah, so I don't know what the So then, whatever. Then I kicked her out. And then my ex-boyfriend came from New York and he said, listen, you need to just get your own apartment. You can't live with people.
You tried, yeah.
I tried.
Yeah.
So he got me an apartment and then he felt bad for me. He started paying my rent.
That's dope. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that happens sometimes. When you're on your grind, you got to do what you got to do. You got it. But shout out to my dog Slim. He showed me that the best way to do something is doing it the right way from the rip.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to take these shortcuts and do this, it up everything. Then at the end, you're going to have to do it the right way anyway. When you should have just sacrificed to get my own place and struggle in my own.
Well, I had my own place at 1010 Wilshire.
I'm just saying, though, you should have kept doing that because you jumping. You don't know these
people. I
didn't
have any money.
I understand. But you got to figure it out because
I did figure it out.
Look at, okay, not having money, look what happened. If you'd have figured out to save your bread up and then get your own crib again instead of going in the house that could have goddamn took all the way advantage of you. Yeah. We ain't gonna say the R word, but he could did all that. For sure. And chopped you up type.
For sure. I've almost been chopped up many times.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
many times I've been in situations where I could have got chopped up.
That's what I said. If you just did it the right way, it'd probably work out.
What is the right way? Like getting a job or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, being an American, you know what I'm saying? Pedestrian.
Yeah.
Get a job.
I did get a job at some point.
Okay.
So after all this bull, I said, listen, I'm supposed to be something, but I don't know how that's going to happen since I don't have a college or nothing, no high school. Like, I don't even have my hair license because it's a different state.
Right.
I met this guy at the dog park. I used to walk my dog every morning, 5 a.m, because, I lived in downtown. So I had to walk the dog. So I met this guy at the dog park. He was a black guy, almost smoking an old man, smoking a joint. And he always said, why do you look so depressed all the time? And I was depressed because I felt so fucking like beaten down, from like, I thought I was going to come out here and take over. And I just got my ass whooped. Like it's 3 years in. I still don't got shit. Like he said, what's wrong with you? I said, and I just told him the story. And then like a week later, he said, well, I know this ain't much, but you could do the in-home care for me, and you can make money doing that. He said, okay. I won't even ask you to do much. I was like, okay, whatever. So I filled out some forms, and then I didn't hear from him for like 6 months, and then I see him at 7-Eleven with like a hospital gown. I'm like, what the hell happened to you? He said, I have cancer.
Oh, he had the full blue gown on with the whole bottom out type.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, what the fuck? So
was he walker or regular foot?
He was tall, but he had the cane.
Cane. Oh, I knew it was something like that. Okay.
Yeah, and his name was Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah. So he actually, I come to find out he was in the NFL.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was from Atlanta, and he was living in like those buildings where Section 8 buildings where the government. He had money, but he ran away from his wife, and he just was living like a regular life. And he like, oh yeah, I have some houses, and he was whatever. So we got close somehow, you know what I mean? Like, because I was taking care of him.
Right.
Nothing sexual, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like making sure he ate. Like,
you ain't got down, just give him a little kiss on the neck every now and then.
Never try to touch me. He like found love with my dog, and you know, we got close, and he was dying, and he told me he wanted to leave me everything.
Yeah,
he said,
what's that girl name?
Yeah. What's her name? Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah, mom, well, goddamn Anna Nicole Smith the situation.
Yeah, but he wasn't that rich.
Okay.
So when we were in the hospital, like, I didn't know when he was dying, and I asked him, like, how are we gonna do like the paperwork?
Yeah, like, how long to your death, brother? I'm waiting.
Yeah, I know, but I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, we know that.
That was fucked up.
We know that.
I didn't mean it like that. I cared about the guy.
But kind of, sort of.
But I just wanted to make sure we were ready.
Right. Got to.
Prepared. You know what I mean? I didn't mean it like I want you to
writing.
die. I just wanted it to be like taken care of.
Well, to be structured so you make sure you get what you're getting.
He told me.
I feel you.
You know, so he got upset because he felt like I was used. I wasn't, though. I really fucked him. I took him to Malibu so he could put his feet in the sand and everything. I rented him a fucking Ford Mustang, and I put Marvin Gaye on the radio, and I drove him down Pacific Coast. I have pictures and everything.
I bet you did. How many houses he said he owned?
I don't know.
He didn't tell you?
No. So then he got mad at me, and then he stopped talking to me. And I was like, bro, stop it. Like, I care about you, you know? Like, it's not just that, but maybe it came off wrong.
Hey.
Then, so I'm trying to call him. He said, they're like, he does not want to talk to you. Like, what the I spent like a year with this dude.
So
every
was you
day
getting
we got close.
The help money? Like, I know the government.
Yeah. I was getting the money. I was good.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was going to school too for fashion and like marketing and stuff like that. And I got a loan from. I was doing okay at that point. Okay. Not good, but better than poor.
Yeah, for sure.
So then, I walked the dog, and everyone's like, "Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss." I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" They said Charlie jumped off the window and he killed himself.
You made Charlie kill his damn self because you begging him for his.
Don't say that. I did not make him kill himself. So I was devastated because he killed himself.
How long after you talked to him and asked him for the
2 months or like a month? I don't know. So whatever. So he killed himself, and I was like fucking devastated. And he left me like all the money in his bank account. Okay. Yeah.
Well, what them cribs and shit we talking about? That was make-believe type?
No, his wife got everything. But he didn't want to leave it. He wanted to leave it to me.
I would have dug his ass up, grabbed his hand, and goddamn wrote the shit. Brother, I
got like 5,000. That's all I got.
No, forgive you.
But
I would have dug his ass up, grabbed that hand. Give me them homes you was talking about.
Yeah. So then I was like, what am I going to do now? I found another dude to do the in-home care, but he was crazy as shit. So I said, I'm just going to get a job.
Because once you said, this in-care thing is like a little bag, and it's not too bad. You done did it once. It's like you learned a profession type, career type. Yeah. But you had another guy.
Because I was more like his companion. I didn't really have to wash him. This other dude was he was psycho, like a crazy. I thought he was going to kill me a couple of times.
What happened?
I don't know. He's just weird. He's weird.
White?
Yeah, black.
I know. Okay. Old crazy black.
Old crazy black dude. So I was like, I'm just going to get a job. I went and I worked at a weed shop down the street from me. They opened up. They were looking for girls to work there. Yeah. So I got a job there. Got fired from the first one because the girl didn't like me that owned the place. She said there's only one queen bee over here, and it's me.
Okay, got you up out of there.
Fired me. Yeah. So I went to their competition and said, hey, I just worked down the street. I know everything they do over there, and I could probably help you out. Right. So they hired me on the spot.
Makes sense.
And then I got promoted real quick. I was really a good worker, you know. I always worked my whole life. Right. I've been working since I'm like 13. You know what I mean? So I was a really good worker. Like, I became the manager. I hired all the girls. And that's how I got into the cannabis industry. And then I hooked up with some friends from New York. They own like the company called Packwoods. It's like a blunt company, and I was doing all the marketing. That's how I know all these celebrities, because I used to give people free weed.
Oh, okay. Now it ties it all
So we
together.
used to do like collabs, like we did with Dave East, and we did one with the Game.
Right.
Lil Yachty unfollowed me. We used to be friends, and
What
you
happened with him?
unfollowed me because I made some I made a post on my other page, on my personal page. He used to follow my personal page. And I got mad when I saw like this liberal wolf saying, you know, those like that trans person that said he's a wolf.
Yeah.
And I think you might have seen that post. I
Yeah,
went
that
off.
dressed like a wolf or something.
Yeah,
like
I went off and said like, oh, if you're a real wolf, why don't we put raccoon blood on you and throw you over the fence with a bunch of real wolves and see if you'll survive, and you could talk to them there.
Yeah, that sound about right. Now it sound like something you say.
Yeah. So then I probably said something about gay people, and I don't know what I said. I was just in a bad mood that day. You know, I was just letting it off. So
and he saw that he didn't like that.
He unfollowed me.
And you was cool with him before that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but we worked with a lot of people like DC Young Fly. We worked with a lot of people.
The Game too.
The Game too.
Yeah.
That's how I know the Game.
Right.
And I knew it it was like 10 years ago.
Right.
Anyway, so that's how I got involved with like all the Hollywood people.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, you know, I met my son's father.
During that same time with the cannabis situation?
No. Like, yeah, I was already in it for a couple of years.
Okay.